Installation technicians. Great benefits, great pay, take-home vehicle. Apply today. Tommy'sLockAndAlarms.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Night Rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist. Michael Knight, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in a world of criminals who operate above the law.
We're not playing 2 hours of Knight Rider rerun. Something better. A 2-hour concert from 2001 in Berlin. David Hasselhoff live for the next 2 hours. All songs are in German. No, thank you, and have a great afternoon. Wow. If you'd like to wreck your afternoon, I know some of you are watching on YouTube. That's good. Corey Johnson, Neutral Ground. Smart. But if you want to wreck your afternoon, go to YouTube and put in David Hasselhoff, German concert. He's a rock and roll star in Germany. Corey Johnson back at you. A wide open Wednesday edition of the program. I love Wide Open Wednesday because you're the show producer. Whatever you'd like to discuss, whatever you want to talk about, it's wide open on Wide Open Wednesday. The way you can produce the program, Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate, 504-766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. 766-9480. Love to hear from you on this Wide Open Wednesday. Again, you're the show producer, whatever you want to discuss. Hey, thanks for finding us. Oh, so fine, 93.9 FM. Oh, so fine, 93.9 FM. You can check out the program on New Orleans' own 107.9 FM, 107.9 FM, 600 AM. That sneaky little AM signal goes from Baton Rouge to Pensacola, Florida, southern Alabama. Take it with you on the North Shore I-10, I-12 corridor when you're leaving the city, 600 AM. Yeah, you right. This talk radio program also on television, live and local, on radio and TV, all over Louisiana on television. Couple of different outlets. Our primary television home, Your View, Louisiana. That's Cox Channel 4. If you subscribe to Cox Television, you get the program every day. 4 p.m. on Cox 4. Your View, Louisiana. 90 minutes of fun. New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, all over Louisiana, wherever Cox Television exists. I'm there weekdays, 90 minutes, 4 to 5:30. Hey, you Charter Television subscribers, you Charter TV subscribers, you can check us out. Spectrum Channel 333 all over Louisiana. From Slidell to Covington to Mandeville, Cheyenne Country, yummy. Hammond, Strawberry Country. Houma, Thibodaux, Opelousas, Cajun Country. We got you covered on Spectrum Channel 333. Take the show with you on the road, CoreyTalks.com. And for the last couple of months, we've been on YouTube. YouTube. You can check us out on YouTube. Click to subscribe. It don't cost nothing. and check out the program every weekday afternoon live on YouTube and after the fact on YouTube. You can check out the program afterwards, anytime at your convenience. Live 4 to 6 on YouTube and then after the fact on YouTube, like yesterday. We had Michael Hecht on yesterday, not on a Friday from Greater New Orleans Inc., but Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans Inc. on yesterday, basically announcing the NOLA Coalition. These business, civic, community leaders that have said enough's enough about the crime problem in New Orleans. Now, you can check out that interview from yesterday's program on YouTube. Yeah, you, right. 4 o'clock hour on a wide open Wednesday, brought to you by Fausto's Italian Bistro. In about 50 minutes, they open up for the evening. They go 4 big hours from 5 to 9, and they're serving some of the city's best Sicilian and Italian. Period. End of story. Fausto, his brother Roland. Their sister is Irene from Irene's in the French Quarter. This is like the first family of Sicilian and Italian cooking, conveniently locating, parking right in front, great staff, ready to serve you, knowledgeable, and chicken, veal, fish, all your Sicilian and Italian favorites. Fausto's Italian Bistro tonight for dinner. So good. So good. Yeah, we can talk about the NOLA Coalition on this wide open Wednesday where you're the show producer. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. 766-9480. The former naval facility on Poland Avenue. Developer Joe Jaeger was there last night, not at the facility, but in the Bywater, addressing concerned neighbors, telling them what's going down, showing them the plan for the facility, which is pretty impressive. Basically going to become like its own little neighborhood. They're at the very tail end of it. The feds have come back and said, hey, we like the plan. We'll fund a lot of the plan, but you got to do these things. So they're trying to dot I's, cross T's. The city of New Orleans, mayor's spokesperson, confident that this thing's going to get done in the next 3 to 6 months. This cleanup, this securing the facility, this eliminating the homeless. The mayor's spokesperson is like, yeah, we're confident we're going to keep it like this because it's only a few months before, shovels are hitting the ground. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that multi-million dollar. I think it's $140 million first phase. $140 million. I like this. I try to find good stories. I try to be fair and objective. Stuff just jumps out, good and bad. The city of New Orleans is hiring 50 people to basically keep the CBD and the warehouse district clean. I think that's brilliant. I think they need to fade into the French Quarter too. But the CBD and warehouse, I know the DDD, the Downtown Development District, has their clean team that has about 25 or 30 folks that hit the CBD, rolling around with brooms and cleaning up trash and cleaning graffiti off of buildings and the like. The city's going to hire 50 more. That is a brilliant idea. We could use 50 for the quarter. I mean, the tourist spots, the touristy spots, and even though the warehouse district is a neighborhood, it's not like house after house. Hey, clean up in front of your house. You're in a building. The CBD isn't a neighborhood of families and people living there so much, although there are people that live in the CBD. I used to live right in the middle of the CBD, called it the Lower Warehouse District. So those areas, lots of tourists, lots of folks that come in and out from the city itself, from the outlying area, from suburbs and exurbs. No, it needs to be clean. That's how other cities remain clean. They've got a lot of people out there keeping it clean. And when it's clean, the citizens are hesitant to throw their trash or crap out on the street. We're the opposite. We have such momentum going of filth that people just throw their stuff everywhere. A rise in CBD parking lot car break-ins. That's not good. That's not good. Because like the downtown area, I just mentioned, a lot of folks from the city, suburbs and exurbs coming in and leaving. You come into work and your car gets broken into. That's what you get to deal with. Nice. The 150th Open starts tomorrow from the birthplace of golf, St. Andrews, Scotland. You can start checking that out early in the morning. I think coverage starts like 1:30, 2 a.m. on the Golf Channel live because, 6 hours ahead. Anyway, nice tough test to golf watching these guys. Not struggle, but hopefully it'll be windy. Hopefully it'll be lots of wind. Oh, boy. What's 78 minus 43? What's 78 minus 43, Jason? I know the answer. 78 minus 43. What's that? 43-year-old Trina Edwards dating 78-year-old John Alario. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this up. Not if you wanted to. I don't care what Trina Edwards and John Alario do. But I'll tell you what I am a little concerned with. Nothing about them. Date all day long. Have a happy life.
The Woodhouse
Corey
Day
Johnson
Spa,
with you.
the premier day spa experience. Now with 4 area locations. Canal at Carrollton, on the North Shore and Slidell. In Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. And now in Metairie. West Esplanade at Transcontinental. The Woodhouse Day Spa.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, no cool spots. NOLAAC.com, no cool spots.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center. It's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
This is what Drew Brees thinks about Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Actually, Brees doesn't think at all about Super Discount Store, but they do have the lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law for beer, alcohol, and wine. Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Super Discount Store!
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, fuller part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about fresh local fish like flounder, snapper, and speckled trout, fried, broiled, or grilled. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
Tommy's Lock and Alarms is now hiring service and installation technicians. Great benefits, great pay, take-home vehicle. Apply today. Tommy'sLockandAlarms.com.
Yeah, you right. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. I'm not trying to be pessimistic or cynical or jaded. I don't think it's the end of the world or Armageddon or America's finished, but we do have some major problems that I don't know. Something major is going to have to happen. Human nature, like a car crash, plane crash, you have a cancer diagnosis, something major, some important person in your life dying that makes you change. Makes you change. Something so dramatic you change, where we all want to be disciplined enough and mentally strong enough to change on our own, not needing this dramatic, traumatic situation. I was talking to Jason off the air. I was like, sometimes I'm like, America, we just don't have a chance, especially politically. I'm watching hardcore right-wing, I guess he's Congressman Hawley, and he's talking to a witness at some committee, and it's a female college professor. And basically, Hawley's saying, so someone besides a woman can have a baby? So right away, you're like, no, only a female can have a baby. So like Hawley's gaining some traction. And then the professor's like, well, yeah, and a trans man. And then Hawley doesn't acknowledge that. He refuses to. You're saying man, and a man can't have a baby, but it's a woman who transitioned over to being a man, like Caitlyn Jenner. And I don't know Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner's, medical history. I don't know what has been removed or added or whatever. But if nothing changes physically, if you're transitioning over just by physical appearance, but you still have the same autonomy. Yeah, a trans male, a trans man can have a baby because it's a woman who transitioned over. So that's it. That's it in a nutshell. And it's also it in a nutshell why my show is successful and works well, but isn't like off the charts, the talk of the town, like if I did a hyper right-wing conservative radio show. Because my show is all about common sense and obvious stuff. And in today's world, the extreme stuff is king. So you have this left-leaning, college professor who wants this hardcore right-wing politician to acknowledge that a trans man can have a baby. And this hardcore right-wing politician doesn't want to acknowledge trans anything, much less that something with man hooked to it can have a baby. And we're talking about human beings. So they both know what the other side wants. They both know what reasonable people with common sense understand. A woman can have a baby, and a woman that transitions over to being a man, if you understand it or not, can have a baby. And that's it. And she desperately wants him to acknowledge that. He wants her to acknowledge that only females can have babies. So they're really not even arguing about the exact same thing, same topic, but different angles that will never align, and they're hell-bent on it. He said something like, you teach at a university, you're teaching our youth, and then she comes back with like, yeah, you should attend my class, you might learn something. It's like two children at the playground. And this is like a congressional hearing. And that was a witness that was brought in. So the extreme left, they love the teacher. And the wacky right, they love the Hawley, the congressman. And I'm just sitting there going, this is exactly what's wrong with America. Both of them know exactly what each side acknowledges as true. Yet they're hell-bent on continuing this argument, standing their ground, arguing two different things, pretending they're arguing the same thing. And I don't even know who wins. You teach students, you're in charge of teaching our youth. Oh, boy. Yeah, why don't you come to my class? You might learn something sometime. I'm like, listen to these two idiots. I swear, that's the problem in America, that we've got extremists. I mean, we're surrounded by it. Look at New Orleans. It's woke, hyper-progressive. Let's let criminals out of jail. Give them a 30th chance. And then Louisiana's like wacky right-wing, hyper-evangelical even at times. So it's hard when you don't have what America's based on. People working together, compromising, the best goal for everybody, the needs of the many outweighing the needs of the few, compromise, working together, common goals. We just have a very, adversarial thing going down. It just gets more adversarial. The hard thing is to say thank you and please. The easy thing is to say screw you. The hard thing is to compromise and work things out, because it takes work to work things out. That's why it's called work things out. The easy thing is just they stink. No, they stink, and just fight. And a trans male can have a baby. Oh, admit it. No, you're saying a man can have a baby? I mean, it was unbelievable. I watched that for about 40 seconds, and I was like, that was about 39 and a half seconds too long. No, the extreme left and the extreme right have major problems. Yeah, and just, I don't know what the word would be. I don't like the word snarky, but just kind of those kind of remarks and sort of, having this attitude and disrespect as each had for each other.
Want to be pretentious.
Yeah. What's that, Jason?
Faux pretentious.
Yeah, like faux pretentious. Yeah, exactly. Pretty nauseating. The problem with America. And here's the worst part about it. The people that are hardcore right, the lunatic left, they're not going to flex or bend. They think they're right. They think if everything they think was put into play, America would be great. And things would everybody would be happy. And they don't compromise, empathy. That's not part of their vocabulary, not part of their DNA. No, I watched that for 40 seconds too long. All right, enough of that. Hey, it is Wide Open Wednesday, where you're the show producer. Anything you want to discuss. I come up with the topics every day. There's got to be something I'm missing, something that you think's important. You can email me if you don't want to call into the program. Corey at CoreyTalks.com. Corey spelled K-A-A-R-E. Corey at CoreyTalks.com. Or you can dial us via the Rouse's Market phone lines. Doesn't matter if you're listening on the radio, watching on TV, checking us out, streaming on YouTube. Rouse's Market's phone lines, 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480 on this Wide Open Wednesday. Hey, I do have a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate to give away. A little trivia. Claiborne in New Orleans, Claiborne Avenue. Who's Claiborne? Tell me who Claiborne is, and I'll give you a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. This street's weird. Most streets are named after last name. This was Claiborne Smith that the street's named after. Yeah, that's it. Claiborne Smith. Am I making that up, trying to steer you in the wrong direction? I would think so. Claiborne Avenue, who's it named after? Give me the answer to that. I got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. And going, it's named after Claiborne is not enough of an answer. You're not going to the Woodhouse with that. Corey Johnson with you on a Wednesday. Nice cloud cover out there, even a little rain at times. Thank goodness, because makes the feel like temperature literally about 20 to 25 degrees cooler instead of feels like 105, 108, feels like 80. But boy, it can get hot quick. And you still need AC when it's 80. Boy, at night, I'm running my AC at 72 degrees, 71. If you're having problems with your AC, it's not working right, or worse, not working at all, honest air conditioning experts can be on the way right now. That's Fair and Honest Lucas and the boys at River City's Total Maintenance. Honest air conditioning experts who come immediately. 841-3300, or find them online at NOLAAC.com. NOLAAC.com. Hey, Rouse's Markets phone lines are open. 504-766-9480. Who is Claiborne Avenue named after? Hey, no Google, no Yahoo, no DuckDuckGo, no Bing, no search engines, no internet device. You either know the answer or you don't. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480, 766-9480. Now, I went into that last break saying, I don't care that 43-year-old Trina Edwards is dating 78-year-old John Alario. I know, hard to believe. I mean, Edwin Edwards' boy was John Alario. John Alario, his number one political mentor was Edwin Edwards. They are cut out of the same corrupt, broken cloth, just BS artists, setting up friends and family and not worrying about the state. John Alario is like 40 years in politics with a blank friggin' resume. If you saw John Alario, he couldn't tell you what he did for the state. He would tell you silly things that naturally happen anyway, that any other legislator would have picked up on. Nothing innovative. The opposite. $1 billion UEP Long Bridge expansion, and a real leader would have, welcomed West wanting to build that multi-million-dollar racetrack, but would have put it about 15 minutes down the road by the trash dumps as a buffer, because it's a noisy racetrack. So now the $1 billion bridge, the Bridge City turning into Fairfield, that new neighborhood and development will never happen because no one wants to live or work next to a noisy racetrack. Just no leadership skills, no forward thinking. No, and you can mention Trina Edwards and John Alario dating, but don't do this. Next.
Shopping at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google.
Okay, I think Kanye was talking about something else entirely. Super Discount Store on Paris Road in Chalmette.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Enjoy outdoor dining on the streetcar line, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, the finest in Middle Eastern cuisine, Carrollton at Jeanette, Lebanon's Cafe.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommy'slockhandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about the freshest local seafood anywhere. Shrimp, oysters, speckled trout, flounder, snapper, soft shells, crawfish. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you on a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. We go to St. Gabriel up the I-10 a few miles. Gail joins us on the program. What's up, Gail?
Hey, Corey, enjoying listening to you as always.
Nice. Thanks, Gail. Thank you for doing it. Spread the word about the program. We're here every weekday starting at 4.
I do just that.
Awesome. How you doing today?
Well, I can't find anything to complain about.
That's good. That's excellent.
You want the answer?
The answer to life, or why you're not complaining about anything and can't find anything to complain about? Yes, I want that answer. I want happiness. I want contentment.
We don't have the time for that, sir.
It's got to take longer than an hour and 25 minutes, huh?
Might do so, sir.
Gotcha. All right. You don't need to call me Sir, Gail. I'm just a regular cat. All right. What's the answer to Claiborne Avenue? And how do you know the answer to Claiborne?
Well, could you pose the question one more time?
Claiborne Avenue, who is it named after?
I'm suspecting it would be after the first governor of Louisiana, Claiborne. No?
I guess, yeah, the first American governor, right? I guess. Because you had French and Spanish.
American governor, yes.
Wouldn't that be right? Because you had, like Ulloa, Galvez, you had all those Spanish and French governors first. Bienville, Iberville.
Well, yes, I live, Corey, right by Bayou Manchac.
Mm-hmm.
And, Iberville, the pirate and so forth, they cruised Manchac. The history of that.
Of course. No, that's great.
Yeah, of course you do.
That's a good area. Good for you, Gail. Hey, Gail, guess what? You are correct.
Yeah, you're right. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
Got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. St. Gabriel, Bayou Manchac, the Kenner Metairie location, or maybe Baton Rouge. I don't know which one's closer for you, Gail. Mall of Louisiana.
Well, I'll give you a little hint. I live right off of Highway 30. That's also known as Nicholson Drive Extension.
Gotcha.
And if I had a good rock in my hand and with that good strong arm I've got, I could throw it right across and it could land in East Baton Rouge Parish.
Gotcha.
Although I'm in Iberville.
Okay, so you're like right next door. Don't tell me you're right next door to the University
I wasn't
Club.
going to say to the club.
You're right by the University Club, and in what? It's Iberville Parish.
I reside in Iberville Parish.
Yep. See, I think it's not called University Club. What is it called? University Estates, the one that's in Iberville, right next door, that butts up against the University Club. In there, like two neighborhoods right there. One's in Iberville.
It is called specifically University Club South.
There you go. Is it the same ownership group and all that, or different developer? Do you know?
I don't think I'm going to go there with you, but changes have been made.
Yeah, I think it was.
Nevertheless,
who was it?
Nevertheless,
I think
we're
it was
right across Bayou Manchac from the U Club, University Club.
Gotcha. I didn't realize Bayou Manchac ran all the way into there.
But now you do.
No, I do. I'm going to have to go look on a map, Gail. That's absolutely amazing.
Or just talk to me more.
Yep. I might play the University Club in the next few weeks. I'm going to have to call a friend who's a member and get on. My brother's coming in from London. He likes playing golf, and that course is as good as anywhere. The best one probably in the state is Country Club of Louisiana, maybe.
Well, we all know that. Yes.
That's a really nice
But
place.
yes, I'll have my binoculars out, and I'll look for you and your brother from London playing.
All right, cool. And Gail, you'll be going to the Woodhouse Day Spa by the Country Club of Louisiana because it's right down Bluebonnet from you.
Thank you. I feel so honored.
All right, hang on, all right? That's Gail, really in Baton Rouge. St. Gabriel, actually. She's right. Iberville Parish, not East Baton Rouge. Gail picked up a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. C.C. Claiborne's first governor of American Louisiana. First United States governor of Louisiana. C.C. Claiborne's. Corey Johnson with you on a Wednesday. Latrum's been with you since J.M. LaPere invented the shrimp peeling machine in 1949, over 70 years ago. That led to the all-plastic modular conveyor belt, both the industry standard around the world still to this day. Constant improvements, getting better and better. The industry standard in the world. New Orleans born, New Orleans based, New Orleans bred. You got to love it. Latrum. And because this company has the shrimp peeling machine that's the industry standard around the world, and even bigger, the all-plastic modular conveyor belt systems, interlocks, the industry standard around the world, they are constantly growing and they are hiring. East Bankers, West Bankers, their Elmwood facility wants you. North Shore folks, Latrum's Hammond facility is looking for you. Dozens and dozens and dozens of jobs available on their website, Latrum.com. Latrum spelled L-A-I-T-R-A-M, Latrum.com. Check it out. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday. A lot to talk about. No, the reason, I don't care you mentioned 43-year-old Trina Edwards dating in love with 78-year-old John Ilario. And I don't care what anyone does, especially in other talk shows. I know Jim Inkster a little bit. He's been on in Louisiana for a long time, Louisiana Network. I know him to be a nice guy. I don't know him very well. We don't talk to each other. We don't call each other. We're not friends. I don't think he dislikes me. I don't dislike him. But I think he called John Ilario like a gentleman when he had Trina Edwards on the show. And John Ilario is not a gentleman. He's not a nice guy. He's not a good guy. And there's a problem in Louisiana where we want to believe, we hope what's true is true instead of following the facts, what's obvious. And we want to like people. We don't want confrontation. Who wants confrontation? I don't waste my time hating. What a horrible emotion. The person you hate doesn't care or is oblivious to it. It only affects you. But I'm also, don't stick my head in the sand and, oh, Edwin Edwards, what a good guy. You know, I saw that piece of crap, Bill Jefferson, the other day and just sat with him. He's really a nice guy. You know, I was with my dogs one time on the levee, and Pampy Barre was on the levee. And I didn't rip Pampy Barre, but I didn't sit there and talk to him and have a conversation with him like, what a great guy. I want to talk to Pampy Barre. I don't respect Pampy Barre, who passed away. I just, you know, it's like Edwin Edwards. He's not alive either, but Edwin Edwards was a piece of garbage, just a scumbag. No, did nothing for Louisiana. No one can name anything. The people that love him can't name anything. You think you'd be like, there wouldn't be that car plant without him. You wouldn't have that industry without him. We wouldn't have that university with none of that. There's nothing. Zero. John Hilario's the same way. 40 years, you think there'd be hundreds of things. You know, just little dopey projects that would have happened anyway don't count. You need something significant. Game changers, difference makers. Hilario's reelected for 40 years. Democrat, Republican, House, Senate. Zero done. Name a hall in the Capitol after him. Names a public building on the West Bank after his father, who was just a big, I don't think his dad was a deviant like John Hilario is, but he was a nobody. He was a nobody. Don't name the Hilario Center after some 21-year-old kid who died in the Iraq War, Gulf War. Name it after John Hilario's nobody dad. It's like the Heitmeyer brothers wanting to name the soccer stadium after their do-nothing dad. It lessens the public buildings that are named after legitimate people. Claiborne Avenue, first governor of Louisiana. Yeah, Hilario Center. Oh, some kind of scumbag politician who had the power to put his dad's name on the building. No, I look forward to the day in the future where someone takes that name off the building and puts some righteous West Wego, Avondale kid that sacrificed his life in a war for us. No, the point is, you can talk about Trina Edwards and John Hilario being in love, but don't make it out to be like Edwin Edwards is a good guy and John Hilario's a good guy. They're elected officials, public officials for decades that set up their friends and family and screwed over the citizens. And that's just anyone fair and objective looking at it would think that way. Definitely anyone fair and objective outside the state. We have second-rate citizens that we like to live vicariously through characters like Hilario and Edwin Edwards and Bill Jefferson and Mark Morial. It's unbelievable. I don't know what's wrong with people. Hey, let's not hook our wagon to the winners. Let's hook our wagon to not only the losers, but the deviant criminal types. It's crazy. No, look, Tyler Bridges is a great writer, award winner, investigative reporter. I think one of the positives from the Times-Picayune over the decades has done a lot of revealing stuff. Bad Bet on the Bayou, Duke and Edwards' book. I respect Tyler Bridges. Someone had to write that article yesterday, but you can't make John Hilario out to be like a good guy. You have to always, in anything you write about him, acknowledge he hooked his wagon to Edwin Edwards, and he's a deviant. And he sets up himself and his friends and his family. It's more about him than us. And he's supposed to be an elected official, civic-minded, sacrificing for us. That's all.
Rouse's Markets means convenience. Every one of our 65 locations opens at 7 a.m., some at 6:30, and they're open until 10 p.m., with some staying open till 11 or even midnight. Convenience. Rouse's Markets. Tastes like home.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latram.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
Recently, Kim Kardashian was seen at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
Let's party.
Can you think of any other celebrities that won't sue us? Super Discount Store in Chalmette. The lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. 3235 Paris Road.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
Have a painting project but can't decide on the perfect color? At Helm Paint and Decorating, we offer half-pint paint samples in any Benjamin Moore color for under $5, so you can test potential paint colors before investing in a full gallon.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Yeah, you, right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson with you. On a wide open Wednesday where you're the show producer. Maybe a topic we're not hitting, one that we're, not talking about enough. You're the show producer on Wide Open Wednesday. Straighten us out. Get it out there. Live on radio, live on television, live on YouTube for the world to see and hear. Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate. 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. Yeah, I don't care that 43-year-old Trina Edwards is in love with 78-year-old John Alario, have a certain type. I moved from Gonzales to Baton Rouge to be closer to my son's school. John Alario bought the house. If John Alario asked you to marry you, would you marry him? Yes, I would. I mean, that's all great. That's fine. That's their deal. 35-year-old age difference. I don't care about any of that stuff. All I care about is when legitimate media members have to cover a story like this, that they do a legitimate job and don't make Edwin Edwards or John Alario out to be regular good guys, because they're not regular, and they're actually painfully regular and totally full of you-know-what. Edwin Edwards had special skills and talent. Hilario's just a follower. But Hilario knows his greatest strength, like Heitmeyer brothers. Where's the ceiling? How far can I go to where, Louisianians will finally freak out and get mad? Where a Tyler Bridges or some, Lee Zerk's going to investigate into what I'm doing. How far can I go? And that's where they're experts. And a lot of the time it is unethical and immoral, obviously. And sometimes I would say it's illegal. I think John Hilario did the same thing Walter Reed did on the North Shore, using campaign money for personal expenses and gain. And just, I don't know why feds decided to leave Big John Hilario alone. But Hilario's like LaToya Cantrell. Exactly. It's not stupid. It's not dumb. He's not smart. He's not special. He doesn't have leadership skills. He's not a difference maker. He's not a change agent. He is exactly like LaToya the Destroyer Cantrell. No different. No different. No, John Hilario has one son who is a riverboat pilot. The riverboat pilots don't like him because he never pilots a ship. First off, you get this job because of who you know. You get absurdly overpaid. It's about $150, $180 a year job, like the feds pay riverboat pilots, like the feds pay riverboat pilots, about $180 a year. Great job, great income. You're living like a king. These guys, these jokers, make $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 a year because of who they know, not what they know. They want you to think they're like F-16 fighter pilots, like only certain skilled people can pilot a ship. I know too many dopey riverboat pilots with no such skills. It yells, any moron with just the slightest bit of skills can pilot a ship on the mighty, dangerous Mississippi River. Any moron can be taught to do it, because look around the riverboat pilots. You legitimate riverboat pilots, look to your left, look to your right. One of those guys is a moron, like the Heitmeyers. What is it? 6, 7 Heitmeyers are riverboat pilots? 6 or 7. There's 140 total. It's like 5% of all riverboat pilots are a Heitmeyer. It's a joke. It's like 1 out of 20. They all make $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 a year. No, but the riverboat pilots I know hate Hilario and hate the Heitmeyers because they don't pilot boats. They got the free gig because of their daddy, and then they don't work the gig. It's unbelievable. And then Hilario's other son, he bounces from state commission to state commission. At last count, it was definitely 4, if not 5 state commissions. And one, he used state commission money to pay a bookie, a gambling debt. I'm not making this up. Google it. Google it. So no, when I read an article in the paper and it's talking about like Edwin Edwards is like a normal guy and beloved, or Big John Hilario, like he's a good guy. I don't know. I was raised differently, around different parents, around different adults that had ethics, integrity, and morals. And those were important things. And they were, ingrained in me growing up, and my brothers and sisters and my family. And then the friends I associate with, integrity, ethics, and morals are all important. Or we just don't naturally fit. No, Edwin Edwards, John Hilario, those types of hack Louisiana politicians that set themselves up and don't help the state at all, decade after decade, they don't have those same ethics, integrity, moral type, that thinking, that innate sense. It's the opposite. These folks hit a crossroad in their life early, 15 years old, 18 years old, 20, 25, 30, whatever. Civic mind, I'm going to run for political office. Do I do the right thing and represent the people, or do I set up my friends and family and myself? And all the ones I mentioned went the latter route. Cleo Fields, all of these folks hit the crossroads. Bill Jefferson. Hilario doesn't have any special talent. Edwin Edwards, Cleo Fields, Bill Jefferson, they had special talent. Mark Morial, special skills, could bring people together. Were smart, knew how to, operate things, but they all chose the deviant path instead of the righteous one. I'm not perfect. I'm not better or worse than anybody else. But these are pretty simple concepts: integrity, ethics, and morals. Who's against those things? And who's against those things with our elected officials? Apparently in New Orleans and Louisiana, a lot of people. We love electing characters instead of people with character. I get my entertainment on TV, HBO. I don't want it in Louisiana politics. So no, 43-year-old Trina Edwards dating in love with 78-year-old John Hilario. Weird, kooky, whatever. You can have all your comments. I don't even care about that. I just don't want to read an article, see something on TV acting like Edwin Edwards or John Hilario are good, regular guys when they're not. When they're not. Their legacy is corruption and crooked, deviant behavior. 5 o'clock powwow coming your way next, telling it like it is. 93.9 FM, 107.9 FM, New Orleans. Don't move.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Where can you find shish kebab in New Orleans? Lamb, beef, chicken, shrimp, plus all your other Mediterranean favorites. Lebanon's Cafe on the streetcar line. Lunch, dinner, and shish kebab. Lebanon's Cafe. The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Tommy's Lock and Alarms is now hiring service and installation technicians. Great benefits, great pay, take-home vehicle. Apply today. Tommy'sLockandAlarms.com.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us do you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about their daily lunch specials like red beans and rice, black-eyed peas, white butter beans, liver and onions. Daily lunch specials. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
Oh, yeah. I can watch some Rocky and Bullwinkle. What an intelligent cartoon. I liked it as a child. I like it as an adult. But I also wear my pants in between my waist and knees.
You'll know it's time for the adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. And
The cartoons within the Rocky and Bullwinkle cartoon were fantastic.
Rocky J. Squirrel with his pal Bullwinkle the Moose.
I love Natasha and Boris. Go, go, Gophers.
Hurry, Bullwinkle! The show's about to start!
Yep.
I'm coming as fast as I can.
I'm coming as fast as I can. That might be the only gig I'd rather do than this. Cartoon voices. I'd go do that in a minute. I'm coming as fast as I can. It'd just be fun. Every day would be an adventure. If you ever watch the behind the scenes of like Simpsons, more than that, like Family Guy or South Park, it's absurd. There might be 10 takes and they're just like peeing in their pants until they get it right. They're all just laughing like crazy. And you watch them laughing, you're like, that's just good medicine right there. Laughter can't hurt you. Only is a good thing. It's like the opposite of stress. Anyway, Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. 5 o'clock power hour on a wide open Wednesday where you're the show producer. Whatever you'd like to discuss. Phone lines are open. Rouse's Markets phone lines. 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480 on this wide open Wednesday. Hey, I do have another $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate to give away. Another trivia question. I mentioned that blue bridge on Bayou St. John, pedestrian bridge by Cabrini High School. What's the name of the bridge? No answer. It's the Magnolia Bridge because that neighborhood was known as the Magnolia neighborhood. I'd never heard of that. But I guess back in the olden days, it was the Magnolia neighborhood, hence the Magnolia Bridge. Not a native New Orleanian, but we'll call him an official New Orleanian, like a John Goodman type. Which official New Orleanian got married on that bridge? What official New Orleanian got married on that bridge? Give me the answer to that, and I got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. I've often mentioned that Magnolia Bridge needs to be renamed after this official New Orleanian and his wife that got married on the bridge. Give me the answer to that. I got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. Good at any of the 4 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations, soon to be 5. Mandeville coming online soon. But there are 4 area Woodhouses right now. Mid-City, Canal Street at Carrollton, the flagship. They're in Metairie near North Kenner, Transcontinental at West Esplanade. Excuse me. They're on the North Shore, Slidell, I-10 at Gauze. They're in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. And yes, in the next few months, they'll be opening up their second North Shore location in Mandeville. Yeah, you right. You can find out more online, nola.woodhousespas.com. That blue bridge on Bayou St. John by Cabrini High School, the pedestrian bridge, the old Magnolia Bridge. Which official New Orleanian got married on that bridge? Similar to John Goodman. John Goodman's not from here, married a local girl. He's an official New Orleanian, not a native. Loves New Orleans. This guy's the same thing. Not from here, married a local girl, got married on that bridge. Which official New Orleanian got married on that bridge? Give me the answer to that. 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse is yours. Yesterday was a big day on the program. We'll follow up Friday when Michael Heck rejoins us for his weekly visit. He visited with us yesterday. You can check that out on YouTube right now if you missed it. Just put in the search bar Corey Johnson Neutral Ground. But that NOLA Coalition, community, civic, business leaders, basically saying enough's enough on the violent crime. If the mayor and the city council aren't going to do anything, we're going to do something. The NOLA Coalition, a couple hundred members now. The only problem is the council has to approve things like facial recognition technology, and right now they're opposed to it. So that's a major hurdle. You don't need the mayor on board at all because she's lame duck. She's not running again. She doesn't give a crap. So that's not the thing. But the council needs to be involved. And then how do you this is the bigger problem than the council voting for facial recognition technology, which is a long shot. They've avoided it so far. How do you get the DA? How do you get these hyper woke judges like Angel Harris and Rhonda Good Douglas to not be so hyper woke and progressive? How do you change their ideology? How do you convince them that they're too lenient? They're way too easy on criminals, and they're hurting regular law-abiding citizens, and they're devastating the poor inner-city black community. Law-abiding inner-city black folks, a lot of them living paycheck to paycheck and just sending criminals right back into those neighborhoods. The 1-year-old that got shot and killed at Costco because the father had an AK-47 and a pistol with an extended clip in the back seat, illegally purchased guns, $70,000 bail. If someone comes up with $7,000, he's out. It's mind-boggling to me. It really is. I'm nervous, like, not I'm going to commit a crime, but I think any normal person, black, white, old, young, male, female, you're like, God, don't want to go to jail, wouldn't want to commit a crime. These criminals are like, man, it's not a big deal when you commit a crime. Even a violent crime like murder, you just get out real quickly because of all these woke judges in New Orleans. Now, I don't know how you get everybody on the same page. That's one of the biggest problems. You know, fighting crime in New Orleans has multiple spokes on the wheel, and for New Orleans to have everybody lined up, well, there are not many Republicans, black, white, whatever, progressive Democrat, regular Democrat. I don't know how it's all going to line up. Anyway, we can discuss that. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. The former naval facility on Poland Avenue, developer Joe Jaeger went to the Bywater neighborhood, met with residents last night, and revealed the plan. The city of New Orleans hiring 50 folks to keep the CBD clean. I love this. Smart. Warehouse District also. The Downtown Development District, the DDD, has their clean team of about 30. Now they have another 50 to help clean up trash, you know, keep flower beds looking good, plants trimmed, grass cut, graffiti cleaned up. in the CBD, in the Warehouse District. French Quarter could use it too. A rise in CBD parking lot car break-ins. We can't have that. Criminals in New Orleans are just friggin' brazen, huh? Just do not care. Hey, in about 8 hours, and I think you can check it out starting like 1:30 a.m. on the Golf Channel. The 150th Open starts tomorrow from the birthplace of golf, St. Andrews, Scotland, about 8 hours away. It'll be live on the Golf Channel. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. Oh boy, 43-year-old Trina Edwards, Edwin Edwards' ex, moving down in age about 15 years. Her new hubby, her new boyfriend, you can't make this up. 78-year-old John Alario. Edwin Edwards' boy is dating his ex, and they're in love, apparently. Alario bought her a house in Baton Rouge. Crazy. Anyway, I don't give a crap about them at all. Good for them. No, seriously, good for them. But I don't like reading an article or seeing it on TV and they act like John Alario's a good guy and Edwin Edwards was a good guy. Deviant criminal types, not good guys. Get it straight. Sheila joins us in New Orleans. How you doing, Sheila?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I didn't catch the number earlier. I said, what's the number? I was trying to call you. I know the answer to 2 questions.
Oh, the Magnolia Bridge. Which official New Orleanian got married on that bridge?
Yes, that's Steve Gleason, and his wife was Jurisco.
Yeah, Michelle, Michel, right?
What's that?
I think Michel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I wasn't sure of the spelling, but yeah, I remember they were married at that bridge. And the other one, Claiborne, was named for C.C. Claiborne, governor of Louisiana.
Yeah, Sheila, you nailed it. You are correct.
Yeah, you're right. Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
Sheila, don't go anywhere. A $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate coming
Game-changing
your way.
innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at Rouse's.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAC.com, your cool spot.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockandalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
Yeah, you right, Corey Johnson back at you on a wide open Wednesday. Thanks so much for joining us. How about a little Katie's tonight for dinner in Mid-City, in between Bienville and Canal Street, in between Carrollton and Doc Francis Parkway. Iberville, corner Telemachus, the quintessential New Orleans restaurant, a taste of the city, and big portions too. New Orleans specialties, old school, Creole, New Orleans, Italian eats, a lively neighborhood spot with pizzas and po' boys, a mid-city mainstay. Katie's tonight for dinner, or check out the Katie's of Harahan. Bienvenue, bringing a little mid-city New Orleans flavor to Hickory Avenue. Check them out. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Rouse's Markets phone lines 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. Love to hear from you on the program on this wide open Wednesday where you're the show producer. Maybe there's something we're not talking about that we're missing. Love to hear from you. What do you think of the NOLA Coalition? I just don't see how you're going to get the council involved on a main part, the facial recognition technology, and it's more than that. Gunshot detection, license plate readers, predictive policing, cell phones, using the criminal cell phone to find them, surveillance. All of this, J.P. Morrell, the woke council, is against. They'll tell you they're for it, but they have too many problems. Too many agencies can use it. We got to figure out how to word the resolution correctly, then word it correctly. Because if it ain't happening, you're against it. So I don't know how you overcome the city council with the crime problem. That's a major hurdle. And sadly, even a bigger one, which I'm really skeptical on. You know, I hear you, the NOLA Coalition. I'm on your side, but a big gist of your plan is the DA, the judges, the NOPD focusing in on violent crime with a sense of urgency. I think the NOPD is already doing that. But how do you change the DNA, the ideology, the mentality of the DA, Jason Williams, and I think even harder than him, these hyper woke judges that are more concerned about criminals than citizens? Look at their track record. Angel Harris, Rhonda Good Douglas. These judges are a nightmare. They're a major part of the problem why violent crime is so bad in New Orleans. The criminals, there's no repercussion. This dopey moron with the AK-15, AR-15, and a pistol with an extended clip coming out the bottom, all illegal guns. His 1-year-old in the car gets shot and killed by the Costco. He gets arrested, obviously, for it. $70,000 bond, $70,000. So he goes to his family goes to a bail bondsman, $7,000, and this guy's out in New Orleans. How can that be? I just don't get it. More concerned about the criminals than the citizens. So I am totally for this NOLA Coalition. I'm glad to see it. When the business community comes together, leading the way instead of these hack politicians, that's how we can get ahead in New Orleans. We need to apply this philosophy on a bunch of different things. Circumvent, make the politicians incidentals. The business community leads, not these hack politicians. We'll never get ahead with them. The state needs to take the same attitude. This dopey legislator, the governor, we're never going to get ahead. So I'm all for that. But this plan, it's not like it has flaws. It has major hurdles to overcome. How do you get J.P. Morrell and company, the woke council, to give the green light on facial recognition technology, stuff that's being used all around the country that they refuse to embrace here in New Orleans, worried about it being abusive, not used properly. Wow. Violent crime problem. People are getting killed and raped, murdered, and worrying about that. And then I just don't know how you change the DA and especially these hyper woke judges to being concerned about citizens and their safety over the criminals and their inconvenience of being arrested. Corey Johnson with you on a Wednesday. Why don't you mosquito-proof your yard? Not with your painter, not with the guy who cuts the grass at your house, not with the guy who put tires on your car. Why don't you mosquito-proof your yard with an exterminator? Why don't you mosquito-proof your yard with Louisiana's largest locally owned exterminator? J&J Exterminating. Since 1960, they know what works, and mosquito-proofing your yard works. The proof's in me. I'm outside all the time. Dogs, cats, in my yard, grilling. I walk my dogs into my neighborhood. I stop. I get mauled by mosquitoes. Mosquitoes love me. I go in my yard, mosquito-free, because I have the shield from the mosquitoes. J&J Exterminating. If you can see me in Louisiana or hear me on television in Louisiana or on YouTube, you too can get the shield. JJEXT.com.
J&J Exterminating.
Yeah, is right. JJEXT.com. Got to take a sip of water. Got to stay hydrated in Nueva Orleans in the summertime, huh? Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday. Jason, a.k.a. the Raging Cajun, a.k.a. the Man in Black, a.k.a. the Heat Magnet. Fielding your phone calls, running the controls. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. Oh boy, 43-year-old Trina Edwards dating in love with 78-year-old John Alario. I think it was radio host Jim Angster who broke the story. He had Trina Edwards on his show. I like Jim Angster. He's a nice guy. I don't listen to his show. I don't know his show. Wouldn't know where to find it. Kind of a Louisiana country type of show, kind of more than a city show. I don't know. I think Jim Angster's a nice guy. But I think Jim Angster does a slight disservice. I'm not being critical of Jim Angster. He's a good guy. But he does a slight disservice when he has Trina Edwards on and acts like Edwin Edwards is a good guy. And then actually says John Alario's a gentleman. They're not. John Alario's not a gentleman. John Alario is an Edwin Edwards, trained joker. A hack politician who for 40 years set up himself, his friends, and his family. The needs of the few outweighing the needs of the many. Being a politician is just like a vehicle for enrichment, self-enrichment. That's the John Ilario way. Like Edwin Edwards, 30, 40 years in politics and can't tell you what they've done. Cannot tell you what they've done. Because it's a blank slate. It's easier to tell you what John Ilario's done for himself than what he's done for the state of Louisiana. One son, $100,000 plus, bouncing from state commission to state commission, doesn't know anything about what he's talking about, just daddy getting him a job. And then the other son, daddy getting him the ultimate job, riverboat pilot. Son makes $600,000-$700,000 a year, and the riverboat pilots that pilot the ships are pissed because Ilario never works. Never works. Daddy gets him the job, and daddy makes it to where he doesn't have to pilot a ship, doesn't have to work. Just a free gig. No, I guess the family's tight. But ultimately, I think the sons go to bed at night, right before they fall asleep, just them and their maker, no one else going, boy, I'm not really responsible for anything I've done. Daddy set me up. I didn't earn it. I don't have any special skill or talent. I'd be in denial if I thought that. It's all daddy setting me up at the cost of taxpayers and other Louisianians who work hard for their paycheck. I got it free because daddy set me up. And then daddy's just a big joker. Should have got the treatment of the DA on the North Shore, Reed, using campaign funds for personal expenses. That's the John Ilario way. No, I'm sorry. Edwin Edwards and John Ilario, not good guys. If you think they are, you've got to look at yourself in the mirror. I don't know. For me, I like people with integrity and ethics and morals. I'm not looking for all do-gooders and, the Ron Howard from Happy Days, red hair, freckles, apple pie, Chevrolet. But I'm not looking for deviants. Ethics, integrity, and morals, something Edwin Edwards and John Ilario are not familiar with. So 43-year-old Trina Edwards wants to marry 78-year-old John Ilario. In the article, it says, hey, if Ilario asks you to marry you, would you marry him? Yes, I would. I mean, like, publicly wanting Ilario to marry her, Ilario admitting he bought her a house in Baton Rouge. I mean, just, whatever. You can come to your own conclusions on their personal relationship. I don't care. I'm just telling you what's in the article. I don't have any personal, ideas of their relationship, not worth sharing on the radio. I could care less about them. I'm glad they're happy together as people. But the media, folks that are in front of a camera or a microphone or folks writing an article, they can't write it or talk about it like Edwin Edwards or John Ilario are good guys, regular guys, nice guys. They're deviant politicians who screwed over Louisianians for decades and set up themselves, their friends, and their family. That's the easiest way to describe them, and that truly is their legacy. Deviant politicians. It's pathetic. I mean, Louisiana is floundering. So is New Orleans. We're getting our ass kicked. Week in, week out, month in, month out, decade in, decade out by the real competition. Houston, Dallas, Atlanta. We threw in the towel on those cities. We're just like, we'll never catch them. We're stuck in the minor leagues. We'll never be major league cities like them. We've conceded that. But Austin and Nashville, we're basically conceding that too. We'll never be like them. We are stagnant, and a lot of folks like it. Winning's hard. Losing's easy. Winning's tough. When you win, the field gets wider and longer. You don't get closer to the goal line. It gets farther away when you win. When you're a loser, you're not doing anything. It's 50 yards away. You're not getting closer. The field's not getting wider or bigger. No, winning's hard. Losing's easy. In Louisiana, a lot of second-rate people that like to lose. Now, every day I tell it like it is. I'm a native New Orleanian, LSU graduate. What, am I going to be in denial about this? It's blatant. It's obvious. I like facts and information. I like legitimate comparisons. I mean, I guess for like a monkey, LSU, they have a schedule. They play 12 games. There's a record. The Saints, they have a schedule, 17 games. There's a record. Here's their competition. For LSU, it's hated Alabama. For the Saints, it's hated Atlanta. You have a barometer, a gauge. New Orleans and Louisiana, all I can tell you is like Austin and Nashville, they're like 12-5, 13-4. If they're LSU, they're 10-2. New Orleans is 1-11, 2-10, 2-15, losing big time, nowhere near even mediocre, and nowhere near competing or thinking about playoffs. New Orleans and Louisiana is like the 1967 to 83, 84, 85 Saints before Jim Finks and Jim Mora came along. 20 years of losing, 20 years of never a winning season, 20 years of just futility, no playoffs. That's New Orleans and that's Louisiana. We don't want to compete. We don't want to win. We don't care. And when you have media members writing a story about Trina Edwards and John Alario, and they act like Edwin Edwards and John Alario are decent human beings that are good people, I just find that offensive. And I find it kind of hack journalism, people not doing their job, which is a major problem in New Orleans and Louisiana for decades. Stand up and do your job. Quit befriending people you're covering. You're not going to gain anything from that. I'm fortunate. I'm serious when I say this. I've got a lot of family and we're tight. And I've got a lot of friends and we're tight. And I have a lot of acquaintances and we're pretty tight. So I don't need to, seek out politicians as friends. I kind of go with the old Washington Post editor, Ben Bradley. Avoid the big shots. I avoid the big shots. I don't have anything to do with the big shots. Don't care. Doesn't mean a thing to me. Zero. Don't seek them out. Don't want to be with them. Don't want to befriend them. And the people that I talk about and cover, I definitely don't want to befriend them. I'm not out to get them. I don't want to. They're not my enemy. But I don't care. I have a job to do. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday. Hey, Fury's is open till 9 p.m. We all can agree on this. Fresh, local seafood. Why would you want anything else? I just avoid it if it's not fresh and local. I don't eat crawfish from China. I don't eat shrimp from Taiwan. I don't eat tilapia or farm-raised catfish. Fury's restaurant knows we're in New Orleans. Maybe ground zero in the world for the best, freshest seafood anywhere. So what's Fury's do? They've got not one, but two great seafood purveyors. If anything, John and Manny Fury are a little nervous. Those seafood purveyors, like John and Manny, they've been at it for like 40 years. Fury's is closing in on 40 years in Metairie. No, they're nervous those purveyors might call it a day. And then they're like, where are we going to go? Because that's what they get. Fresh local shrimp and oysters and speckled trout and snapper and flounder and soft shell crabs and crawfish when in season, when available. It's always local. It's always fresh, or they're not going to have it. Never, ever an exception to that. Nothing frozen, nothing from out of state, nothing from out of the country. Fresh local seafood. Fury's restaurant in Metairie is open till 9. Don't forget the onion rings. Don't forget the gumbo. Fury's is so good. Corey Johnson with you. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Don't be scared. Agree? Disagree? Everyone's welcome, including John Alario's kids or Trina Edwards or somebody, Leo Honeycutt, someone who lubes up their head and inserts it up Edwin Edwards' rear end. Alario pals, anyone's welcome. We won't cut you off. We don't screen calls. I can handle it. I talk the talk and walk the walk. I don't throw it out there and then I'm scared to handle it. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480. 504-766-9480. The NOLA Coalition, that announcement yesterday, I love it. Business leaders, civic-minded leaders, religious leaders, black, white, Republican, Democrat, sick of the violent crime. Not a flaw in their idea, but a major hurdle that's going to be hard to overcome. How do you get the city council that's hyper woke voting on facial recognition technology, letting the police use the technology other police forces around the country use? How do you get the woke city council, JP Morrell, how do you get them approving that? So that's a major hurdle. And one that's even bigger, Jason Williams is going to be hard to get him to change, but even harder, these hyper woke judges like Rhonda Good Douglas, Angel Harris, they're more concerned about criminals than citizens. Google Angel Harris. Look at her website when she was running for office. It's nothing about New Orleans as a violent city. As a judge, I'm going to make it safe for citizens again. It's all about criminals and criminals that shouldn't be in jail and reducing bond and bail and second chances and crap like that. It's unbelievable. Worry about that when you've got the first part taken care of as a judge. Keeping citizens safe and putting criminals in jail. Unbelievable. So no, major hurdles. We visited with Michael Hecht yesterday. You can check it out on YouTube if you missed it, or on Anchor, iTunes, Spotify. We'll have him on again on Friday to rediscuss. But yeah, major hurdles, getting the city council to approve the facial recognition and other technology police forces use. And then getting these judges to, hey, your ideology, the DNA, the way you're built, your philosophy, we need you to change it. I don't know how you do that. We need you to be realistic and give criminals a realistic bail or bond and not make it easy for them to get out. Worry about the citizens first, not the criminals first. Be fair and objective, but don't bend over backwards for the criminals. If you're going to bend over backwards for anyone, do it for the citizens. So I don't know how we change that mentality. Fighting crime is many spokes on the wheel, and all of them need to be lined up perfectly. That's how you get effective crime fighting. And I just don't see how in New Orleans, so many different factions, extreme, dug in deep. I don't know how they're going to get that to work. I don't. I really don't. Hey, in less than 8 hours, you can check it out early morning if you're a golf freak or can't sleep. British Open gets underway. The Open, 150th anniversary. From the birthplace of golf, St. Andrews. Rory McIlroy, Tiger Woods. It's going to be exciting. And it's a tough test in golf. I hope the wind's blowing. I hope the wind blows for 4 straight days. Hope the wind blows 20, 30 miles an hour for 4 straight days. British Open from Scotland starts in less than 8 hours. Hey, every day this program on radio, on TV, on YouTube, brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. I've been talking about these guys for a long time. The Lamarck Automotive Complex, Lamarck Ford, Lamarck Lincoln, the Quick Lane, the Collision Center, the Pre-Owned Superstore, 15 acres, over $50 million invested, new pre-owned service, repair, parts on the car corner, Williams Boulevard and I-10 in Kennebra, right on the corner, right on the price. I've been talking about the multi-million dollar, tens of millions of dollars, the Lamarck Automotive Complex. Well, Ronnie, as usual, bridging the gap. Ronnie's got you covered from the lake, obviously, in Kennebra, now to the river. That's right. Now Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood, in Harahan, Jefferson Highway at Horde, right before Hickory, right before the big curve in the road, right off River Road for you folks in Uptown, in Metairie, Old Metairie, River Road to maybe Evans, cut on over to Jefferson Highway, corner of Jefferson Highway and Horde right before the S turn, the big curve, Crescent City Ford, Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood and Harahan. So now the Lamarck Automotive Complex, and of course on the river in Elmwood, Crescent City Ford might be more convenient for you. Ronnie Lamarck, bridging the gap. Every day this program on radio, television, YouTube, live streaming, CoreyTalks.com, Always brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Louisiana is unique. The food, the festivals, even the bugs. No, not mud bugs. Unwanted bugs like these. The ones you don't want crawling in your home or business. Trust the Shield from J&J Exterminating. We've been protecting Louisiana homes for over 50 years, earning the trust of our clients because we deliver what we promise. Protect your home from pests. Get the Shield from J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAC.com, your cool spot.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
The Port of New Orleans Napoleon Terminal is nearly doubling in size, with 4 new gantry cranes being installed and over $100 million being invested. That means lots of new jobs, port traffic, and tax dollars for the city. The Port of New Orleans, your port.
For over 30 years, one of the premier security companies in New Orleans and South Louisiana has been Tommy's Lock and Alarms. And right now, Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring. Come and work for one of the best security companies in the region with great pay, great benefits, and a take-home vehicle. Tommy's Lock and Alarms is hiring, and they're looking for you. To apply for one of these coveted positions, go online to tommyslockанdalarms.com. Tommy's Lock and Alarms.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
When you think of Fury's restaurant in Metairie, you think about the freshest local seafood anywhere. Shrimp, oysters, speckled trout, flounder, snapper, soft shells, crawfish. Fury's restaurant in Metairie.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Yeah, Jason, maybe I'm a little biased because I worked with the guy, but I'm not friends with the guy. I don't hang out with him. But I think Hank Allen's probably the most grounded meteorologist in the city. He tweeted something about 2 days ago about, I don't think it's going to be 5 days of rain. I don't think this thing's coming on and drenching us. Seems like it's going to stay off the coast more than come on land. He's exactly right. And now there's no tropical storm threat at all for the next 5 days. Zero. Not that we're not going to get the summer thunder showers and rain like we get, but we're not getting this 8, 10, 12 inches of rain, park on the neutral ground, street flooding expected. None of it. None of it. No tropical anything. I think almost sometimes these meteorologists, they get a little like, man, I think it might be subconscious or maybe it's conscious. This thing happens. I'm more on the spotlight. I get to talk more. I'm out there more. It puts me in the center of the news broadcast. Like they want the weather to be bad almost, hoping the weather's bad. I don't know. I can't believe anybody thinks that way, but maybe. Hank Allen at Channel 26, he just kind of checks out the Doppler and tells it like it is. A couple of days ago, it was like, not a hurricane, but pretty close, and hurricane-like rain. Am I exaggerating, Jason? Wasn't that pretty much what was being said about 48 hours ago? Good job, Hank Allen from Channel 26 Weather Center. Hey, if you're on the Causeway Bridge, you want the phone number to Trey Yen? Solving your dinner problem. A huge to-go order. They've got curbside delivery. They walk it out to your car. A huge to-go order will make mom, dad, and the kids pretty happy. The phone number at Trey Yen's 985-626-4476. 626-4476. You're on the Causeway Bridge. Dial them up right now. Get a big to-go order from Trey Yen. Wednesday, dinner problem solved. And doing it in style, not with just Chinese food, gourmet Chinese food that the whole family loves. Don't forget the Tong Cho sauce. Trey Yen in Mandeville. So good. I love Trey Yen. Yummy. I got no problem with 43-year-old Trina Edwards dating in love with 78-year-old John Ilario. I read the story. They had some quotes from Jim Angster, the radio guy around the state that had Trina Edwards on the show. What I don't like, and they to each his own, do whatever the hell you want. I'm just telling you what I don't like. And I think it's selling out, and I think it's sad and pathetic and not being a true journalist and not doing your job properly. I think when Jim Angster, and it's his opinion, it's his show, praises Edwin Edwards and calls John Ilario a gentleman, I think he's doing a disservice to the citizens of Louisiana. And I think when the great Tyler Bridges, someone I respect as a writer and investigative reporter type, has been at it for years, I think is a positive with the Times-Picayune, a positive journalist for New Orleans. He writes a Trina Edwards, John Ilario article and, universally liked John Ilario. John Ilario is not universally liked. John Ilario is John Ilario more of a positive or a negative in Louisiana politics? Clearly a negative. Did a lot of positive things or didn't do a lot? Didn't do a lot. Set up the state or set himself up and his family and friends? Set himself up and his family and friends. More of a cancer than a positive. Honor, integrity, ethics, doesn't possess those things. John Ilario is about John Ilario, his friends and family. It's blatant, it's obvious, it was overt. It happened for 40 years. It's pathetic. And journalists have a job to do, and that job is not praising Edwin Edwards or John Ilario like they're normal people, like they're good, honorable men, because they're not. They're not good, and they're not honorable. They're the opposite. They're the opposite. I mean, closer to like scumbags and just, worthless individuals, someone you wouldn't want your son to grow up and be like or your daughter to grow up and marry. Closer to that, clearly, than good guys, honorable guys. I mean, saying that would be closer to the truth than universally liked. And it's unbelievable. I just think Angster, who has a microphone and a camera in front of him, maybe has a responsibility. And even someone like Tyler Bridges, who is so much more accomplished writing and, author and all that than I'll ever be in that category. You got a responsibility, and you can't make John Ilario or Edwin Edwards out to be normal people, good people, regular people. It's nauseating. That contributes to Louisiana and New Orleans' problem and failing. That exact stuff right there. Making Edwin Edwards and John Ilario like regular good guys. Honor, integrity, ethics do not exist. They're not civic-minded. They're political hacks who set themselves up, their friends and family. The needs of the few always outweighing the needs of the many. Both of them had a mentality of, what can I get away with? Not what can I do for the citizens of the state? And I just think it's really weak, and it contributes to New Orleans and Louisiana's demise when so-called journalists don't do their journalism job and act like these people are normal people. And that's a major problem. Hey, when it's time to paint in Metro New Orleans, everybody knows Helm Paint and Decorating. Over 50 years, the local people you can trust. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, you go to Helm. Do it once, do it right. You want to paint your house one time and never, ever paint it again? They'll steer you in the right direction. 7 locations, free 2-hour delivery in the metro area. Helm Paint and Decorating.
Hey, y'all, it's the mayor, Junket Cantrell. The nickname Teedy, we got rid of that one, y'all. Call me Junket Cantrell. Because, every few weeks I get a little itch, and I say to myself, what exotic location can I go to now? And the best part, it's on the city's dime. You get those perks when you're mayor. You just got to come up with some excuse like